You may remember when I was talking about my friend the Mirage here, about one of its competitors that makes more sense to purchase one of these days instead of one of these brand new, especially since they're discontinuing it. I have one here. So this is a 2024 Hyundai Venue Limited. So it is the nicest trim level of this little car. I'll give you a quick walk around here. Don't mind the extra stuff, but here's the cargo area, cargo cover, which actually has a neat party trick, which I'll show you. Unhook the strings from the gate, and then you pull it backwards, flip it up. If you didn't have a bunch of crap in the way, it actually folds down against the rear of the seats when you don't need it in the way if you have to carry taller stuff. You just kind of go back up, forward, and in, and there you go. Super handy. And the rear seats fold down, and they actually, you can raise the floor back here into the upper section so it's flat. Really handy. For doggies! Since this one's the Limited, the seats are finished in cloth with like a leatherette, vinyl-y part for the headrest and like around the sides, which is surprising because it's actually like that in the back as well as the front. The door panels, of course, are typical plastic, but you do have padded bits here where your arm sits. It's not the largest car in the world. I'm 5'9". I have the seat set where I'm comfortable, but I mean, look, my knees, they're not touching it. And if I push my feet forward, I'm actually very comfortable. So, maybe not the best for a really long trip, but for a short trip, back here is pretty okay. It even has ports here for charging a device, a little, well, that's actually deeper than I thought. You put something in there. You got a net on the passenger seat, and my son's car seat's in here temporarily since it's a service loaner. The vinyl fake leather stuff continues on the front door panel here, and then on the front seats here, as you can see, on the sides, and then the headrest itself. Got a center armrest and a console. It's got a big bin with gross ass candy in it. That's not mine. 2 cup holders here, shifter, heated seats, drive mode selector gizmo, and a wireless charger that actually works really well. USB A and C here. Here's your climate controls. It's digital, single zone, and there's the radio. Turn that off. So it's got the screen there, that's a touch screen. There's a little display in the middle of the gauge cluster. We'll start the engine. Sorry, there's some glare. It's a digital readout. It's pretty cool, honestly. Steering wheel has audio controls. Here's cruise control. It does not have adaptive cruise on this car. And these controls are for the display in the middle there. Decent sized glove box, and oh hey, the window sticker. This vehicle with some options is $25,150. So I can hold this up. You can look at it if you want to pause and check it out.
Small SUV with the big city hustle.
Decent sized glove compartment. You got a nice big shelf here for papers and napkins. There's little bumps in there to hold things from sliding back and forth. The front door panels have pockets. You can put stuff up here because they don't go through. SOS buttons and the microphone. Sun visors with little lights above them. So it's a pretty handy little car. Let's check out the engine real quick. Under here is a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder twin cam 16 valve with 8 injectors. So an injector for each intake port, which is really interesting. It's not GDI. They got rid of that system. I don't know what the horsepower and the torque is. I'll pop it up on the screen now. Alright. Overall though, there's your alternator. Belt tensioners here. Has a timing chain, you don't have to fight with that. AC compressor is not the most fun to get to, it's down there. But all in all, seems like a pretty easy little car to work on. Your basic maintenance, your plugs are right underneath this cover. The air filter assembly's right here. Super easy. There's the backup camera. The lines move when you turn the steering wheel, which is nice. It's relatively decent. This car doesn't have the rear sonar or anything like that, but it will beep at you if someone starts driving too close and coming nearby, so that way you don't run into anybody. Expensive model. This car is relatively quiet. I think the seats are extremely comfortable. The heated seats in the limited trim here work great. It gets nice and toasty warm real fast. The radio sounds decent. The screen works well. It's not a rocket ship by any stretch, being a CVT with a little 1.6 liter. But it's not bad for cruising around town, and it's able to go highway speeds just fine. These are just front wheel drive, so it's not going to be crazy in the snow, but front wheel drive is good enough for pretty much anybody in most areas and situations. Side marker lights, and they fade. It is Super Sushi approved.
감사합니다.